I just remember getting back, and I just kind of walked down the street with this little, like, thought in my mind. And I was like, wow, I've been to Italy and back. I can do anything. And it just really changed my perspective on a lot of things.
Why Italy?
I had a really good experience with my Italian language teachers my first 2 years of taking Italian, so that really kind of encouraged me to go abroad, because they were always talking about, opportunities to study abroad and the different programs at the U of O, and obviously most of them were either Italian or had studied abroad in Italy themselves, so it was all just really exciting to me, and it was just really about, like, making it real, and just reading about the language and the culture in the books just isn't the same, and so I knew I had that goal ultimately to go to whatever country of the language I was studying, and it just so happened to be Italy. So.
What was the program like?
The program was 3.5 months. I just went for a semester. I could have stayed for a whole year, but it was too expensive. The town that we were in, Ferrara, has several famous artists that were very well known in the Renaissance, and we also did site visits to places where these authors lived, and because there was a castle in the middle of the town where one of the authors lived.
Were there any other hard of hearing people on your program?
Nope, I was the only person with any kind of a disability in my group. But they were actually really good at accommodating me with everything that I needed. I was totally blown away by their support and friendliness and just their positive attitude towards doing it, and their proactiveness in communicating with me before the program actually started. So that was all great. I had brought my FM system, so my little microphone that I use in my classes, and I gave that to all my teachers, and then I also had an Italian note taker, which worked out really nicely. It was a little bit tricky to find someone. The program coordinators were looking for an Italian student, because obviously it had to be somebody that knew Italian well, and also the content of the course. And so they found a woman who had kind of a background in what I was studying, and she was also a very good note taker. So it kind of had to be a combination of those factors. But I lucked out with that one, and she also became one of my friends during the program, so that was really good.
What was it like coming back to the United States?
It definitely gave me a lot of confidence, and it totally changes your perspective on everything once you've been abroad. And that also was my first experience being out of the country. So I really just kind of dived right into it. I didn't just go on a short little vacation. I wanted the whole deal, the day-to-day business of being in a country for just longer than a week. So so I really just wanted it all. I wanted to dive right into it.
What do you miss most about Italy?
I miss the gelato, I miss the shoe stores. Italians know their shoes. I miss just the little piazzas and, having a central place in town where everybody sort of gathers and just sort of leisurely walks around and looks at stores and talks, and everybody eats ice cream like 2 or 3 times a day.
Did your Italian improve?
Definitely, especially when I drink wine. But I just really need to practice it. It's totally one thing to see it and write it versus speaking it, and that was what I got a lot of in Italy, was practicing speaking it. So, I'm Alison, and study abroad is for me.
Is study abroad for you? Visit www.myusa.org/ncde.